Deadpool creator Rob Liefeld cuts ties with Marvel. We're a little late on this, but I want to get your guys.
Didn't he cut ties in the 90s?
Well, he founded Image.
For good this time.
He doesn't mean Marvel Comics. He means MCU, Kevin Feige, because they screwed him over, like as they're apt to do.
Or cut ties for next time.
From Variety, this is the story. He's basically cuts ties with the Marvel, the Marvel Studios, right? And over premiere issues, he was somehow disrespected at the premiere. Badger, if you would, I'll blow it up a little bit.
I see it. Deadpool co-creator Rob Liefeld has declared he has cut ties in all ways, rather, with Marvel after he and his family were invited to Disney's after party for basically, he wasn't invited. He didn't get any of the, I was hearing him talk about it. He didn't get any handshake, any photo opportunities. You can see here, Liefeld has other gripes with Marvel involving the placement of creator credits in the film and what he perceives as a lack of respect from the film and television studio chief Kevin Feige. Liefeld attended the screening at Manhattan's Lincoln Center and says he posed on the red carpet with the Deadpool and Wolverine creative team, but alleges the photos were deleted before they were posted anywhere. It was meant to embarrass, diminish, and defeat me, he said of his experience at the New York City premiere on the latest episode of his Robservations podcast.
Hey.
Who was first?
Well,
confused me
I'll
when
tell
I first
you,
read this.
my podcast was first, but he used to write a column in Wizard magazine called Robservations, which I totally forgot about when I named my show.
Lawsuit pending. We'll see. We'll talk about it. He added that his reps tried to get the Liefeld family into the party, but they were ultimately turned away by the studio's publicity team. Disney is the deciding factor here. To have them say, you and your family are not welcome here. We tolerated you for the screening. At that point, I knew in my heart I couldn't go forward.
That is ridiculous. And I'll say why. These are these 22-year-old low-level publicists that are guarding the door, seeing if you're on the list. And I guarantee other people could walk up who are, quote, internet famous or TikTok influencers or whatever and walk in that party. And the fact that Rob Liefeld was turned away, there's nothing that other than like the fire marshal saying no one can be allowed in. They should have let him in. This is BS, and he is right to be pissed off. He deserves an apology. What's that, Alan?
It was a small ask. He's not asking for $1 million.
After party.
Literally,
the dude who created Deadpool.
Go to the after party, get posed, and the fact that those photos were deleted, I mean, is kind of like, well, I mean, the fact that we hear story after story, this isn't just about Rob. This is about the way movie studios treat the creators, the original creators of the comics. Get no respect. Many of them dying penniless. It's unconscionable. It makes me sick to my stomach that here Marvel Studios built on the backs of these creators that can't even let him in the party, and these morons. It makes me look. I'm never.
He should be like, they should have the red carpet rolled out for this guy. This guy should be the first person they announce saying, hey, this is the guy that created the thing you're literally coming to watch. He created this character. Rob Liefeld, ladies and gentlemen. And before we get to anything else, that's how they should be treating all of these creatives, and they don't do it. It's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, look, I'm tired of reading story after story of a comic creator disrespected or just like they're just, it bothers me. And when you look at how much money have the Deadpool movies made collectively, $2 billion more
than that. They've made with this almost $3 billion.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe, I don't know what Rob's deal is, Rob Liefeld's deal, whatever. Maybe he does profit well, but this is thickening, and really someone has to say that this has to end. The comic creators should be celebrated. You know what I miss? I miss the beginning of every Marvel movie used to start with flipping the pages of comics, and you would see the comic art. I would get a chill every time I saw that logo with the art, because as a kid, in my mind's eye, I could have never imagined that these things, these comic books that I bought off a rack for 25 cents would be a movie in the theater. And the fact that they don't honor the artwork anymore, even.
Chris, they did. Isn't Brave New World the first Marvel movie that doesn't open with that?
Well,
logo?
no, what they've done is they've changed the logos, they show the characters from the movies, not the art. Go back and watch those Marvel logos. They do them, they make them custom every time. It's very clever. I like that. But they used to honor the art. They no longer do that. And it's
Chris, ego is a big part of it. The fact that they deleted the pictures is the super telling part of that. This is what we got. Gooch is in the chat here. That's the channel that had a Bo on for 2 hours, where it is a common thing of ego and those affronted to pull things like this. They don't respect the source material or the creators. It only counts if they do it. It's very similar to Disney Star Wars, where it's like, no, let's not do that. It only counts if we do it. And this is the result. You get petty things like this where the creator doesn't actually get to go to the after party of his own thing.
Well, but Rob also promotes the character in his off time. He's done more to tub thump for Deadpool 1 and 2. The marketing value alone that he's provided to the fan community has been enormous.
Yeah.
I've always loved Rob Liefeld. I think he's one of the funniest conversations I've ever had at Comic-Con in my life. Well, about 10 years ago, was with him, asking him about when he brought his Youngblood spaceship to Comic-Con in '94. We were at the Playboy party, and I couldn't stop laughing. It was embarrassing. He had me laughing to the point where I was just crying. He's great.
Yeah. And maybe Ryan Reynolds had something to do with it. I don't know. Maybe not. You know, we're hearing things. Who knows? Yeah.
I couldn't even put this blame on Ryan Reynolds at this point, man. Like, this has been an ongoing thing for a while now, where they've been just disrespecting these guys. I won't say stealing, but definitely taking their work and trying to make it theirs instead of giving them the proper respect.
No one is surprised this happened. Let's be real.
But then they'll have, like Jim Starlin, who created Thanos, was actually, he appeared in Endgame. He was in the therapy group that Steve Rogers was with all the veterans. One of those was Jim Starlin. So they have honored creators in various ways. Len Wein, the creator of Wolverine, was in was it Days of Future Past, where he plays a senator? So they have honored these creators before. It seems silly that it isn't just par for the course. Like, why are they? I mean, it's obviously it's changing.
I'm assuming maybe political differences with some of the creators, or royalty differences, or just personality. 100%. You know what I'm saying? Ego.
100%.